Welcome to the More Weekly, the channel where we bring you the latest news around Alhambra High. I'm your co-anchor Sabrina.
And I'm your co-anchor, Charlotte.
Up first, here's an update on the California Assessment of Student Performance and Progress, otherwise known as the CAASP testing, which applies only to juniors and seniors.
Testing has been postponed until May 3rd because it has not yet been waived by the Department of Education.
To prepare for testing, students should fill out the Google form sent out by Ms. Ferry via your student email last month. The form includes directions as to how to download a secure browser, which is necessary for testing.
Another big event happening this May is senior graduation. There will be two events, which are the in-person graduation and the drive-through graduation, happening on two separate dates. The in-person graduation ceremony will take place on May 27th at the Rose Bowl at 1 p.m. With the help of AOSD Superintendent Janet Lees and other faculty, the district was able to reserve the Rose Bowl as a venue for this exciting event.
Families will have the option to reserve seats or live stream the ceremony from their homes. More information as to how families and friends can register for these tickets will be released in the following weeks, so stay tuned. The second graduation event occurring is the drive-through graduation happening on June 7th, which is also when seniors will pick up their diplomas. The time and plans for the event are still being determined, but to give an idea of how it will go, cars will enter on 4th Street and be guided onto 2nd Street.
Up next, we have a sports update from Sinyu and Sebastian.
Hi everybody, it's Sinyu, the sports editor for the More Weekly, and this week a fellow sports writer and I will be giving everybody another update on Alhambra sports. So let's first take a look at the schedule. So the game schedule up on ahsmores.org right now is the most recent and up-to-date one, but the schedule is not set in stone because changes are happening every day and games are being canceled and rescheduled left and right because of various reasons. I'm sure you guys know. So please, if everybody wants the most up-to-date and accurate information on their sports, it would probably be the best to ask your coaches directly. And also, indoor sports has actually not been cleared by the district yet, which is why badminton hasn't been able to start their practice, and sports like boys volleyball and basketball, even though they have already started their practice, all their games are still impending because, well, they are indoors. And now I'm going to hand it off to Sebastian, our sports writer, to give us the rest of the updates.
Hey everybody, this is Sebastian Davina, sports writer for the More Weekly. Besides the cancellation of girls volleyball, competitive cheer, and water polo this year, wrestling and swimming have also been cancelled due to limited participation and interest. This is not set in stone though, because the interest and participation might grow later on this year. What is for sure is that no games will be played for these two sports. Finally, even though games are finally starting to be played again, there are no spectators allowed. The only spectators that are allowed are two immediate family members of the athlete playing. There are no exceptions for this rule. That is it for this week's sports update. I would like to wish all the athletes playing a nice, safe, and fun season.
Thank you, Sinyu and Sebastian. Speaking of social distancing guidelines, the Los Angeles Times has recently reported that it may be possible for California to fully reopen by June 15th if there are enough vaccinations.
Mask mandates will still be enforced, but this summer might just feel more normal than last year. For now, the effects of the pandemic are still being felt, including the rise in violence against the Asian American and Pacific Islander community.
On March 26th, the Alhambra Teachers Association organized a rally and march against anti-Asian hate crimes and racism. Participants peacefully marched from San Gabriel City Hall to Alhambra City Hall, a total of 1.7 miles.
The rally was concluded after speeches from speakers and poets. Here is some footage from the march.
My name is Candice Garcia, and I'm president of the Alhambra Teachers Association. This was organized by the Equity Team and your students in Alhambra. Woo! And of course, our community partners, thank you. For the city councils who both our city, Alhambra, San Gabriel, our police department for supporting us. And we have some pretty amazing dignitaries here because they want you to know
Coming up soon is Radio Suspense Theater performed by the Thespians. It will be available for streaming from April 16th to April 24th.
Here's a sneak peek of the radio play as well as the link to register for virtual tickets. After purchasing a ticket, you will receive a code which will allow you to watch the play on any device.
Tune in, ladies and gentlemen, for the greatest show you've ever heard. A swell spectacle of spine-tingling drama and excitement that's the bee's knees and guaranteed to give you the heebie-jeebies. And that ain't no horse feathers. Featuring two tales of mystery presented by your very own Alhambra High Thespians. Reserve your tickets today.
That concludes our show for today. Remember to follow us on our Instagram at @moreweekly for more updates.
In the meantime, visit our website at themorenewspaper.com to read our online editions.